Welcome to this podcast by the UIC Freight Department. Today we're going to discuss combined transport with one of the leading ladies, Sandra Genot, who will give us some more insights on combined transport. Where did it come from?
Actually, I'm really looking forward to discussing this very dear topic to me, actually, and very important topic, especially at this very moment in time. As of course, as you know, because you are heavily involved in this, we are discussing the revision of the Combined Transport Directive and the road vehicle weights and dimension situation, which will have an impact, if not handled carefully, on the business of our members.
Mm-hmm. UIC has a unique position in combined transport. What is it specifically doing?
So UIC, as you know, is a worldwide organization of railway undertakings and infrastructure managers. The combined transport aspects that we are dealing with is with our member railway undertakings. Combined transport is an intermodal transport, so you don't handle the good. The good stays in the same unit, container, swap body, semi-trailer, and combined transport, and it's using several modes, but for combined transport, the longest journey is done by rail. Now, combined transport originally is an exceptional transport. Exceptional transport is, for instance, what you call military transportation, for instance. And for this kind of transport, you need a special permit. Let's call it like that to make it simple. The request to run these, takes time. Combined transport, regarding, especially in view of the evolution over the past 60 years, and it's the growth segment in rail freight, let's not forget it. At UIC, we took on this subject very early on, and we tried to make it easy for the users. This is the scope of UIC, it's interoperability. So what does it mean, making it easy? It means that we ensure that these special permits are not necessary every time you want to run a new transport. And therefore, we looked at codifying things, codifying the lines, codifying the wagons, codifying the unit. So basically, it's the full package that is codified, which means that if you, let's say, if you comply with these three codifications, to make it easy, it means you can run. And UIC is offering this unique, I would say, package of, on the one hand, the operational ease of use, which is really important for the members because it means you can react quickly to the request of the market and of the customers. And it's, of course, supporting the members from the business perspective as well.
Okay. And this, I understood, as UIC, we are doing on a global level. And it also translates into the work plan, which is now at revision for the next, because the previous one has finished, I've understood. So we have now a new work plan. What are the let's say, the focus areas on which we are going to work for the next 3 years? So
before maybe speaking about those focus areas, I think you touched on a very important point, is that combined transport is not just a European thing. It is very big in Europe. It's the growth segment. We've said it. And actually, we do produce reports every other year. I think it's probably the only reports in Europe with such a stable, let's say, history and monitoring, which there is, not just about the figures, but also about the evolving business models, because it's still an industry or a segment rather than an industry which is evolving. But you touched on a very important point. It's not just a European thing. It started in the US 60 years ago with globalization, with the containerization, and now with the, let's say, transcontinental corridors, and with the development of Eurasian traffic, be it via the Trans-Siberian, especially before, but also via the southern and the middle corridors. The scope of combined transport, containerized transportation, and therefore UIC is much wider ranging, and we do receive requests for support. I mean, this is our role as UIC for members in those regions, and supporting them in setting up a well-functioning network to facilitate the transportation of containerized goods. Indeed.
And those things they translate then into the work plan that we develop. And which pillars has the UIC developed for the next 3 years?
So the work plan, I mean, we work in 3-year work plans, as you well know, and the let's say the current driving forces of the work for the combined transport group is threefold. The first one is to continue this market monitoring, which I mentioned before, is fairly unique actually, and we do receive a lot of requests from a wide-ranging community, not just our members but beyond. And in order to even increment this this work that we've been doing for quite some time, the combined transport or the members of the combined transport group have decided and started to work even closer with research institutes and research institutes and universities, etc. The second part of the work plan is somehow linked to what I was saying before, is that UIC is not just Europe, UIC is global. And there, exchanges of best practices, adapting what we have been working on for a while in Europe with our European members, codification, planning of terminals, etc., is being, let's say, I wouldn't say exported, but tailored, is being proposed in a tailored manner to our members in other regions. And of course, the third pillar is it wouldn't make much sense if we kept it for ourselves, and we will be continuing to make it this known and involving the community in promoting this message and the importance of this this business segment.
Before we close up this short session, what are the unique positions? What's the unique selling points for UIC?
Well, I hope. Actually, I was quite convincing so far, but if I haven't been convincing enough, I think it's like UIC, it's the place where you can discuss with peers, where you can have access to a breadth of information, a wealth of information, exchanges of best practices in terms of businesses. It's also the place where actually the unique place where you have this package between business and operation, and this is still let's say shaping and leading the way in which combined transport is being run. So it's this match between operational solutions, business perspective, neutrality, of course, for UIC, where we bring all these people together and where we elaborate technical argumentation for evolving legislation. So it's really where you can learn and shape.
Learn and shape, that's what I understood. Thank you very much for that summary, Sandra. It was a very good explanation on what UIC does on combined transport. This brings us to the end of this podcast. Hope to see you in one of our coming sessions.